Parker Bohn III was rewarded for his career accomplishments last year when he was inducted into bowling's Hall of Fame. But Parker is far from finished with his career, and today he needs to win just one match for his 26th career title in the tournament that bears his name. Welcome to the Bowling Club here in Latham, New York, just outside the capital city of Albany, where today ESPN is proud to present the Parker Bohn III Empire State Open PBA Championship. Before a sellout crowd, we welcome you live. Hi again, everybody. I'm surrounded by fame. My partner today is Hall of Famer Brian Boss, and of course, Hall of Famer and our host, Parker Bohn. But much more than just a namesake, because you've spent a lot of time in this community raising money for charity, local auctions.
We've done a lot of charity work. I've been coming to the Albany area for about 15 years now to support not only the tournament, but charities as well. And I'll tell you, after this week especially, there's going to be a lot more charity work in the future up here.
Well, there's no question who this crowd, who your fans behind here are pulling for. Good luck today.
Well, thank you. I believe, though, that there's 4 other players out there trying to get that title, so we'll see what happens.
Time to go bowl. Let's talk about those 4 other players. They're all fiery, as is this Hall of Famer right here, Brian Boss. Let's start with Chris Barnes. Talk about a comeback last night.
Well, you know, Jim, I crossed next to Chris Barnes during qualifying, and with 2 games to go, he was the number, and he mustered up a couple of good games, made the cut, but during match play, he was really never in the top 5 until the last frame of the last game. He ended up bowling a good game and made it by just 3 pins.
Meanwhile, last night, every answer that Parker Bohn gave us, well, his friend and rival, Jason Couch, disagreed with.
Well, Jason has admittedly said that his former roommate of 7 years and his #1 rival, he's tired of losing to him. He's tired of being number 2. He's got something to prove today.
So let's get set now for our first match. In 5th place, the 1998 Rookie of the Year and 2-time PBA champion, Chris Barnes. He'll take on the only other right-hander in our finals field, seeded number 4, Brian Himmler. Lefties captured the top 3 spots with Ricky Ward in the 3rd, seeking his 5th career title. In 2nd place, the 2-time winner of the Tournament of Champions, the fiery Jason Couch. And our tournament leader, in search of his 26th PBA title, Parker Bohn III. That's our field for the Parker Bohn Empire State Open.
To get my buddies to help me move, I picked up Pizza Hut pizzas for just $10 each. Now, these aren't just any pizzas. I got them their favorite pizza.
I got meat lovers. Supreme pan pizza for me.
I saved a lot of money. And for just $10 a pizza, it's a lot cheaper than hiring movers.
Those were the only boxes he picked up. We did all the work.
Hey, whoa, I supervised. Come on now.
Right now, any pizza at Pizza Hut is just $10. Any pizza, any size, any crust, and any toppings for only $10. Only at your Pizza Hut.
It's like a blast of hydration to your face. New Schick Hydro, with water-activated gel that hydrates your skin as you shave and lasts up to twice as long as ordinary strips, while 5 blades with skin guards smooth the skin to reduce irritation. It's the best shave for your skin. The new Schick Hydro, for your skin.
I remember dating and one after the other that was just unsuccessful. And I had a friend say, look, this eHarmony thing, it works. You should try it. It gave me hope because I'm like, you know what? It's not the method that I've been using. It's something new. It's something different.
eHarmony provides that way to meet somebody you're compatible with.
When you're with the right person, you're like, wow, this is exciting.
Feel the difference of being matched based on 29 dimensions of compatibility. And now review those matches free at eHarmony.com.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Does a former drill sergeant make a terrible therapist?
And that's why yellow makes me sad, I think.
That's interesting. You know what makes me sad?
You do! Maybe we should chug on over to Mamby-Pamby land, where maybe we can find some self-confidence for you, you jackwagon!
Tissue? Cry, baby.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Popular man out of Wichita, Kansas. He's got his own Chris Barnes fan club. He's got his own .com. And now he's got his hands full with the fiery Ricky Ward.
Well, I tell you what, Ricky hasn't made a show in about 16 months. Chris, on the other hand, 12 shows last year, but no wins. He wants to win real bad day, Jim. once again.
What he calls the big show for about a year and a quarter, the big dance here, and he's just happy to be on it.
Oh, absolutely. Perseverance for 16 months. Just keep trying every single week. And his first shot on TV in 16 months was not a very good one. But he's happy. I mean, that split, that could have very easily have been a split. He's only got the 4-pin left. He's trying to get this out to about the second board. It hits the fourth board and just doesn't quite get it done. Makes the spare.
We also get into that kind of interesting and somewhat controversial this week for you guys, lefty-righty situation.
Well, you know, that's been a controversy in this sport for years. It's a difficult issue, but it really comes down to the left side of the lane doesn't get played on as much as the right side, and so the oil gets used up a lot more on the right side, and sometimes it's an advantage for the lefties. But Ricky just goes out there and makes a real good shot on the left lane. Chris has been around the pocket every single shot. He's using a different ball on each lane.
That's probably a pretty good 9 there.
Yeah, Brian, he's so intense at the bowling center. What's he like away from the lanes?
Chris has got a great personality. He's got a real good humor. He's personable. Everybody likes him. Very easygoing. And he's always joking around. He's just really a wonderful guy and a great representative of the sport.
As is that lady. Ask her about her amateur competition. She said she did it for love of country. Very proud of her amateur record, isn't Linda?
Yes, she is. Chris back on the left lane.
Thank you very much.
That's why you throw the power ball, just like that. Just the headpin goes to the wall and just comes flaming back and just drives the 10-pin out. He's going to get this all the way out to the second board, and watch this headpin just flame across there and knock the 10-pin out. Oh yeah, he likes that.
Yeah, Ricky was talking about struggling all week with his mechanics, but he made a phone call to Mike Miller, who seemed to get things on track, huh?
Well, you know, there's players out here that help each other. You know, sometimes your coach back home can't be here, and some of the great players out here offer their advice. Mike Miller's one of the guys, and I think he credits him for making the show this week. But with that strike, he takes an early lead over Chris Barnes. He's back on the left lane. And another strike here would send a statement. And a very odd 10-pin.
Are there times in a game, in a match, that you think you're lucky and other times you think you're unlucky, or do you not even have time to think about it?
Oh, yes. You know, players keep mental tabs of how many shots your opponent made that were lucky and unlucky. And if you're bowling in a match and you've got 2 unlucky ones and he has 2 lucky ones, you feel like you deserve some kind of break. Makes the spare, no problem. And he's got a 10-pin cushion after 4 frames. Chris is really in the zone right now. He's throwing the ball pure. He's left 10 pins and 4 pins. Snaps the 10 out that time. You know, there's certain shots when you let go, you're just asking for a little bit of help. He knew he didn't throw that just perfect. He had to get a little help, and he got it.
How hard is it to be the 5th qualifier and try to mow down the field?
Well, I tell you what, if you win that first game, it's not that hard, Jim. It really isn't. If you get a good feel for the lanes, you've been under the lights for a while. We've seen it many times in the history of this game. Guys have done it an awful lot. And the match is all even.
Yes!
And almost the exact same hit as the right lane smacks the 10 out again.
They call him Buzz Lightyear. He's on a roll now.
We're going to see the 6-pin go to the wall and just snap the 10 out. And he likes that. You know, as competitors, you expect here and you expect to go to battle. You expect your opponent to keep striking.
Everybody tells them that. Dude, your car. Oh, that's okay. Here, watch this. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, hey, Kim.
Who is that guy? That's my agent, Rich. Can I try? Yeah, go for it. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. With a hot guy.
What's up?
This could work. Who's also sensitive.
He's a rescue.
But has a dark side.
Yo.
Hello.
Hey, dark side. Get your feet off the car.
Find out what else State Farm agents can do for you at whyagent.com.
Tomorrow, 4 soccer giants take the field. At 9:30 a.m., European rivals clash. Germany.
Oh, yes! A magnificent strike!
England.
England have the breakthrough!
Then at 2, the spotlight shifts to Latin America as Argentina and the magical Messi take on Mexico. The FIFA World Cup round of 16 continues tomorrow. Germany, England at 9:30 a.m. on ESPN. Argentina, Mexico at 2 on ABC.
Entertainment Weekly and fans across America agree. The A-Team is entertainment on hyperdrive. Time Magazine proclaims it's poetry in motion.
I'm gonna pop a window!
The A-Team, rated PG-13.
Si tú verdaderamente me amaras, tú me llevarías a un lugar bonito.
Ay, mi amor, los links.
Filovera. Juan Carlos.
Isabela, yo tengo Bing.
Bing.
Bing, otra vez. Price Predictor dice que es buen momento para volar.
Adiós, Juan Carlos.
No, por favor. No, los links.
Stop searching, start deciding with Bing, the decision engine from Microsoft.
Now, discover why Newsweek calls Night and Day easily one of the best films of the summer.
I'm already convinced.
Tom Cruise is at his Jerry Maguire best.
He's wild!
Night and Day, rated PG-13, now playing.
In the first match, Chris Barnes, the 5th seed, dispensed with Brian Himmler, 224 to 200. Match number 2, there's the scoreboard up against the lefty, Ricky Ward.
All right, you talk about margin of error in the game of bowling. We're going to watch this shot. The 4-pin goes to the wall, smacks the 7 out, and a 1/4 of an inch more on the right side, he just smacked that 10 out. And now Barnes on the left lane up to the second board, and you're going to see this headman come flying back, and he takes it out.
Whoever wins, a couple of pretty tough lefties. Jason Couch and tournament host Parker Bohn await the winner of this match.
Yeah, 2 of the really the premier lefties in our sport. But Chris Barnes right now can take a 20-pin lead with a strike here. Jim, that was one of those shots. He knew when it got off his hand that was going to be perfect. Just as pure as you can get.
He might not make it to the championship match. He might explode.
Well, you know, if you're going to be on for an entire telecast, you got to store some of that energy up. You got to assume you're going to win this game, but you got to have something left for the next 2 because they're going to be tough matches.
Good point.
Now to increases with the 30.
There we go. Yeah, that's the way.
That's it. Just a replay of the last shot, just as pure as you get. That's Chris Barnes at his best right there, Jim.
How about 10 feet out? He knew it.
I tell you, the great players, as soon as it comes off your hand, you know. You know.
Ricky actually said this morning that making the Final 5 is easier than the week of qualifying that you guys go through. I mean, that's grinding.
It really is a grind. 3 days of bowling under intense competition, extreme conditions. And just to be able to make it to the top 5 is an accomplishment in itself.
information about Ricky, Chris, Brian Boss, Parker Bohn, available on the PBA Tour website, just a mouse click away at PBA.com. The site contains up-to-the-minute tournament results, player bios, features, stories, and an interactive fan chat session. All that and more at PBA.com.
We just heard Ricky say this is going to be the hump frame. He feels like he has to have this shot. This is the pivotal point in the match right now. And he got it. Stays alive.
Well, for a guy who's been absent from the big show for a year and a quarter, he's accounting for himself very well.
Well, Ricky's an experienced player. He's won a couple tournaments before. He's made other telecasts. Just needed to refresh his memory what it's like to be here. And now all he can do is sit and watch Chris Barnes and hope that he doesn't strike. Disaster. Disaster. Now, Chris has got to go back and assess what kind of a shot he made. Did he make a bad shot? Was it the lane changing? No, that's something that only he knows.
You heard Linda saying, come on now, get a chance. 3 years a touring pro, 7 regional titles, 2 national titles for Mr. Barnes, as a nervous wife Linda watches right there. Any self-doubts, any doubt at all about winning out here on tour?
You know, I do believe I can win when I'm out there, and that's the idea and that's the goal. If that's perceived in a negative fashion, you know, I guess I wish it wasn't, but kind of it's the same thing. It's kind of what you see is what you get. And I am going to go out. I'm going to try and win, and I'm not going to apologize if I do win. And you know, I'm going to be disappointed if I lose, and I'm probably not going to hide that either.
You know, Jim, right now, Ricky Ward knows that if he strikes out, he can shut out Chris Barnes. A strike here in the 9th. If he doesn't strike, Chris Barnes will still have an opportunity to win. But he's currently 5 pins down. A strike here in the 9th frame, the most important frame of any match, would be just huge for Ricky right now. Takes his time. Solid 6. Just didn't quite get that out to the 2nd board that time. It looked like a crossover about the 3rd board. But he's got to make this spare. A spare here and a double in the 10th would force Chris Barnes to strike on the first ball in the 10th. So it's anybody's match right now.
Ricky says he's really got no sense of his opponent out there when he's in a match. He likes to pace himself at about a 225, 240 pace and thinks if he's there, if he's close, he's got a chance.
Well, you know, different players view it differently. Some guys think, all right, I'm going to go out and bowl my 10 frames and do the best I can. But you know what, Jim, there's history between players. The guys that make the top 24 all the time are constantly battling against each other. And if there's a history, you know, if you've lost the last 4 times against somebody, there's some psych involved there. But he's got to get a double to put any kind of pressure on Chris Barnes right now. There's the old tomahawk. Well, Chris Barnes got one earlier in the match. Ricky Ward says it's my turn. Just gets this out to about the 1st board. The head pin goes to the wall and just saws off the 7 pin.
And Ricky's reaction, thank you very much. Yes,
oh, yeah.
A little body English.
Oh, yeah.
How does he get so many revolutions on the bowling ball?
Well, you know, some players, the way they drill their holes, some players bevel the finger holes. Ricky's are sharp. Right out of the drill press, he doesn't put any bevel on them. But right now, he needs a strike to take the lead. Looks like a good shot. Solid 7. He's bowled a really good game, Jim, too.
Looks like Jeff Tarkanian with that towel, right?
Solid 7 with a spare here. Well, he'll finish with 218 and force Chris Barnes to get a spare strike to win.
.218 for the pride of North Fort Myers. 10 years touring pro, 4 national titles.
All right, one good one here.
A little self-talk by Chris. One lonely pin stands between him and victory. He's shot this spare thousands of times in his life. He'll need to make this spare in 5 pins to go on to our next match. Dead center.
The voice of encouragement there. Linda said good spare.
All right, folks, he needs 5 pins. Let's watch and see if he's going to go ahead and play his strike ball and open up perhaps a chance to leave a split and get 5. Or a lot of guys will just throw it real hard and straight, try to hit the head pin, because the least you're going to get when you do that is 6 pins. Hooking a ball, it's possible to only get 4.
He had this exact kind of pressure last night, final round of qualifying.
Yes, he did. And the champion that he is, he came through like that.
Whoa.
And he got it.
I asked if they ever disagree what happens. Chris said, well, I'm always right until Linda tells me otherwise.
Niagara Falls, the ultimate torture test for a deck. The ultimate protection, Thompson's Water Seal. Chosen to protect the most water-drenched decks in America. The decks at Niagara Falls. Thompson's Water Seal. The most powerful protection against water damage, guaranteed.
Snatching stuff takes... Oh, what is going on in here? It's okay, relax. Watch this. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Dave.
Wow. Is that your agent? It's the jingle. Try it. No.
Like a good neighbor.
Just say it.
State Farm is there.
With a sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
And the girl from 4E?
And can I get a hot tub?
Nice.
Find out what else State Farm agents can do for you at yagent.com.
If you've had a heart attack caused by a completely blocked artery, another heart attack could be lurking, waiting to strike. A heart attack that's caused by a clot, one that could be fatal. But Plavix helps save lives. Plavix, taken with other heart medicines, goes beyond what other heart medicines do alone to provide greater protection against heart attack or stroke and even death by helping to keep blood platelets from sticking together and forming dangerous clots. Ask your doctor if Plavix is right for you. Protection that helps save lives.
Certain genetic factors and some medicines, such as Prilosec, reduce the effect of Plavix, leaving you at greater risk for heart attack and stroke. Your doctor may use genetic tests to determine treatment. Don't stop taking Plavix without talking to your doctor, as your risk of heart attack or stroke may increase. People with stomach ulcers or conditions that cause bleeding should not use Plavix. Taking Plavix alone or with some other medicines, including aspirin, may increase bleeding risk, so tell your doctor when planning surgery. Tell your doctor all medicines you take, including aspirin, especially if you've had a stroke. If fever, unexplained weakness, or confusion develops, tell your doctor promptly. These may be signs of TTP, a rare but potentially life-threatening condition reported sometimes less than 2 weeks after starting Plavix. Other rare but serious side effects may occur.
ESPN3.com is your online home for the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Watch the matches live from South Africa. The 2010 FIFA World Cup on ESPN3.com.
Wimbledon. Coverage continues Monday at 6:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. on ESPN2 and ESPN3.com.
It's a sellout crowd in Latham, New York, and what a top 5 we've got, including our tournament host, Hall of Famer Parker Bohn. This will be, Brian Voss, quite a match.
Both players. We have the number 4 player in the world against the number 5 player in the world, and both of these players are emotional. Some of the best power players we have on tour. And folks, you're going to see some of the some kind of strikes that you never see before back in your home house, the way these guys roll the ball. Jason has opted to start on the left lane, which will mean that he's going to finish the match on the right. Well, that was a power shot right there. Ball was light. Takes out the 5-pin, gets the good action.
The last time that Couch and Barnes hooked up, it was the '99 Tournament of Champions. Guess who won?
Jason Couch. And you know what? Chris Barnes remembers that. And right now he's not thinking about that, but in the back of his mind, he remembers the last time they were on TV and he got beat. Now on the left lane, he's just been pure on this lane, every shot.
Good shot.
Little flat 10 there. 6-pin wiggled it just a little bit, but not enough to knock it down. We're going to see this ball go out to about the second board, but it makes it back a little late, and you see the 6-pin just nick it, but not enough to knock it down.
Rung a 7. That X zone, plaque to 7 or rung a 7, I don't even remember. And then I went to the HPD and threw all 3 with the HPD.
And you know, folks, the lanes were hooking all week long. There were some players that went back to balls that were 4 and 5 years old. You know, generally speaking, the guys that create a lot of speed did well this week, but they combined that with using a surface on the ball that didn't have as much friction.
If there's a weakness in Jason's game, to your eye, what would it be?
Well, as a power player, most of the time the power players, when there's a lot of oil or they are required to roll the ball very straight in order to strike, that's his weakness. And I think that if he could overcome that, go back home and work on that shot, Jason would be one heck of a player. Not that he isn't already, but that would just add another dimension to his game. Match all even after 2 frames, as we expected. You know, Jason's one of the guys that he's got a different way of being humorous. He'll rip on his buddies, he'll cut them down, but if you can't do it to your buddies, who can you do it to?
But it is all in good fun. He's got a great sense of humor.
Oh, yeah. No, he fell off of that shot. He's looking at the approach.
I mean, early in the afternoon during the pre-match introductions of all 4, I mean, with all of his credits, the introduction was running on and on and on, and he finally yelled out to the whole crowd, "Will you get to it already?"
Looks like he's stuck just a little at the line. He's going to look down at it and say, okay, no split. Give me a spare to shoot at. That's all I want. 4-7, he'll go hard and straight.
Get 2.
Makes it on the right. Safe. When you see the players stick their hands out, they'll say, I'll take that. I didn't do it like I wanted to, but I'll take it. Now, Chris has been in the pocket every time on this right lane with the exception of that one split. He gets the light hit. Chris Barnes, we're going to see right there. He gets the ball on the right foot, started at the same time. Big high backswing. He fell off of that shot just a little bit.
Another little move here.
But
just eats it out.
At a 280 pace right now.
He said he made a little move on this left lane. Looks like he's inched over about board left. Oh, and he gets it at the last second. That's the power player right there. The 7-pin will be the last one to fall. Now he knows right now this is going to be light. He's got a chance. Come on, keep hooking, and it just nicks it at the last second, and that is to take a 12-pin lead. Trouble.
Starts to hook and bails.
Didn't look like he got out of that clean. Leaves the 3-6-7, a very makeable split, we should say. Just didn't look like he quite caught it all. It didn't make it up. And that's the... All right, he needs to get this ball just to the right of the 3-pin, slide it over, and the ball will take out the 6-pin. Just like that. He heard me, Jim.
One of the hot topics in the bowling world these days, the new Sport League program created by the American Bowling Congress and the Women's International Bowling Congress, Sport Bowling, being offered to those bowlers who wish to compete in the most challenging of lane conditions. Look for them and the Sport League starting at your bowling center this fall.
You know, Jim, as a competitor, when you're sitting on the bench and your opponent leaves a split like that, you expect him to make it. If you're sitting there saying to yourself, he probably won't make it, and if he does, there's a letdown in your intensity. You've got to expect him to make it, which he did. Solid 6.
Oh, Bohn.
Jason doesn't look like he's quite loose yet.
Sometimes when you're a power bowler, do you have a tendency to even overpower it and get out of your rhythm?
Oh, absolutely. And I think that all depends on the adrenaline level that you have. You know, if you got a lot of adrenaline going, you want to do things quicker, faster, harder. But right now, he doesn't look like he's real comfortable yet. But we're only halfway there. He's only 16 pins down. There's still a lot of room.
Kind of reminiscent of what Jeff Lizzie started out last week in Toledo. I mean, he looked confused a little bit early on, and then he mowed down 5 or 6 in a row.
Well, nobody knows what's going on in anybody's mind or what their heartbeat is like, but if you get by the first 5 minutes... You get by this first 5 minutes and settle down. Just a great shot by Chris Barnes.
This ESPN Classic program is brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero, real Coke taste, and 0 calories.
It's 2010. Weren't we supposed to have time machines by now? I mean, if we at Coke Zero can give the world real Coke taste with 0 calories, why can't science give us an unlimited supply of do-overs?
Man, you dance like a man.
I dance like a man?
What? No, wait.
We've bent the rules of taste. Physicist, isn't it time to bend time?
Da 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 da.
It's like a blast of hydration to your face. New Schick Hydro, the water-activated gel that hydrates your skin as you shave and lasts up to twice as long as ordinary strips, while 5 blades with skin guards smooth the skin to reduce irritation. It's the best shave for your skin. The new Schick Hydro. Free your skin.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Is having a snowball fight with pitching great Randy Johnson a bad idea?
Sorry, man. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, you just winged me.
Anybody's gonna notice that?
Yeah, probably. Maybe we should just go sledding.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Closed captioning for selected programming is brought to you by Shape-Ups.
Get in shape without setting foot in a gym with Shape-Ups from Skechers.
I'm Joe Montana, and I spent 16 years playing football, and Shape-Ups have improved my strength and posture.
Get in shape. Shape-Ups from Skechers.
Inventors. InventHelp can help you try to patent your idea and submit it to companies. Call 1-800-232-4033 for free information. That's 1-800-232-4033.
This sellout crowd enjoying some terrific bowling here in Latham, New York. This match, of course, is Jason Couch against Chris Barnes, and in the sixth, down now by 37 after a spare. Jason's got his work cut out for him.
Right now, he's got a potential 233. Chris Barnes working on a four-bagger. Just feels like he's got to do it right now. There's not much time left. There he gets the 7-pin out. It's always nice to lead with a strike. He'll at least put some kind of pressure on your opponent. Chris Barnes working on a four-bagger. Just looks completely in control of his game. Kind of resets himself. That was a gift. He knows it. He's happy. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Is this that elusive zone we allude to so often?
Well, this type of hit, this is perhaps just your day. Just barely hits the 2-pin with the head pin. Everything tickles out, and he says, oh, that could have very easily have been a 2-8-10. But right now, he's working on a 5-bagger. Can increase his lead. The 57 pins, and he got it.
I asked Chris to describe his zone. He said simply, great ball reaction. Look at the visualization going on.
It certainly does help to have a good ball reaction, but right now Jason Couch realizes he has to strike out and he has to have Chris leave some kind of split. That's the only way he's got a chance to win this game. And once again, came in light on the right lane. 3-9.
Amazing.
Jason say it's amazing. I don't know if he's commenting on whether that was a good shot or a bad shot, but nonetheless, the most he can shoot is 213. Even if Chris Barnes were to open the last two frames, he'd be at a 220 pace. So it looks like this one's all over, Jim. And Jason, not one to hide his emotions, visibly upset at either himself or maybe something else is bothering him.
Former roommates for 7 years, Parker Bohn and this man, Jason Couch, wanted a shot at his golfing buddy and his bowling rival.
Yeah, well, I'm sure in the future we'll see those guys bowl against each other again. Solid 6, just trying to get out of the way right now. He realizes this match is over. But you'd still like to strike for the fans back home.
He looks a bit mystified right now. I mean, he's talking to himself internally, but you start rolling those eyes.
Well, it'll be interesting to find out when we hear from Jason whether it was him or the lanes that have created this little dilemma that he's in. Makes the spare, no problem.
So on the verge of sweet revenge after losing to Jason Couch in the TFC finals back in '99 is Chris Barnes. 5 will do it.
All right, Chris knows he's already won this match. He should be preparing himself for the final match. Stay in focus with the lanes that you're on. It's always a good feeling to have 7 in a row going into a title match. You got a good feel for the lanes. And we call that a fast 8. 4-7 with a spare here and a strike will shoot 258. Just a great game under the situation. And there's your winner, Chris Barnes.
Well, he's mowed him down. First Brian Himmler, then Ricky Ward, then the second seed Jason Couch. When we come back live, Chris Barnes against the top seed Parker Bohn.
with you.
Just tell me right now, like first impression, would you marry me?
There's so many different things about me that I do not like.
Let's talk about something fun. How about magic?
Peanuts. I like cashews.
Any site can get you to a first date. But with eHarmony, those dates can be better. You get to choose from people matched with you based on deep compatibility. And that means something more meaningful from the first date onward. So try eHarmony.com today and review all your compatible matches free.
State Line, Sabre, Interstate. New from Honda.
To get my buddies to help me move, I picked up Pizza Hut pizzas for just $10 each. Now, these aren't just any pizzas. I got them their favorite pizzas.
I got meat lovers, Supreme Pan Pizza for me.
I saved a lot of money. And for just $10 a pizza, it's a lot cheaper than hiring movers.
Those were the only boxes he picked up. We did all the work.
Hey, whoa, I supervised. Come on now.
Right now, any pizza at Pizza Hut is just $10. Any pizza, any size, any crust, and any toppings for only $10. Only at your Pizza Hut.
Everybody dude, your car. Oh, that's okay. Here, watch this. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, hey, Kim.
Who is that guy? That's my agent, Rich. Can I try? Yeah, go for it. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. With a hot guy.
What's up?
This could work. Who's also sensitive?
He's a rescue.
It has a dark side.
Yo.
Hello.
Hey, dark side. Get your feet off the car.
Find out what else State Farm agents can do for you at yagent.com.
Back, the Empire State Open. Chris Barnes defeated Brian Himmler. Keep in mind, Barnes was the number 5 seed. He just mowed him down. First 4, 3, 2. Up next is number 1, but very consistent bowling. Last night, right here, Kurt Von Kruger, our tournament director, presented the Rookie of the Year trophy, Joe Caccione, right there. He bowled well all week. Rookie of the Year kind of gets things jump-started for your career, and we head now to our championship match, the right-hander against the left-hander.
And a couple of former Rookie of the Years. Well, this is a match that everybody's looking forward to. Parker Bohn, really one of the great ambassadors of our sport, along with Chris Barnes, and two really of the most talented players in the last few years on our tour. Parker starts off with a light hit, and I tell you what, folks, there's a lot of people out there rooting for Parker. Chris Barnes, after coming off with 258 last game, let's see if he can keep that same pace going. That's as good as it gets right there, folks. Great shot. You notice he's not showing much emotion. He's going to try and save everything up for the last few frames. But I think if he gets this strike, we're going to see a little bit of a reaction. Now, it looks as if Chris is going to be using the same ball on both lanes, whereas before he was using one on each lane. That's how quickly lanes change, folks.
Well, we talk about his zone being good ball reaction. Listen. A little grin to his bride, Linda.
All right, we're going to see the power player shot right here. The head pin goes to the wall and smashes into the 10. Takes an early double. He likes that. Now Parker's got to answer him.
Ask for the re-rack.
You know, the players can see when a pin is slightly off spot. They know that if it's a little right or left, that could mean either a 4-pin or a 6-pin. There's a flat 7.
Flip side of thing, we talk about Barnesy mowing him down. What's it like for Parker? I mean, you wait for about an hour and 20 minutes before you get to...
It's tough being leader. It really is. Even though you're over off to the right practicing, You're not under the lights. You haven't been, and Chris Barnes been there for the last hour. It's tough. Makes the spare, no problem.
Getting married this summer, but he won't tell Leslie where the honeymoon is.
You know, Parker is really one of the greatest ambassadors of our sport. He's a gentleman. When he bowls well, he shows emotion. When he bowls bad, he kind of sucks it up. And I'll tell you what, when he gets it going, he's a really exciting player.
I'll let you in on a secret. He doesn't know where the honeymoon is yet either. He hasn't booked it. He's mulling over some options.
Well, here we see a just perfect shot from Parker on the left lane. Just as good as it gets. Now Chris Barnes for an early three-bagger. Tell you what, Jim, he's in the zone. We talked about it earlier.
Well, you can say what you want to about lane conditions. You boys can debate that until late into the evening, but here we've got a right-hander to kind of dispelling the notion that lefties have the advantage. He's polished off Ward and Couch.
Well, not just a right-hander, really one of the great players of this game. And I think in the next 10 or 15 years, you're going to see an awful lot of this guy. He's really got all the tools to become one of the greatest to ever play this game. Gets the light hit, and here comes the emotion, folks. Each strike inches closer to that victory, which eluded him all of last year. This ball just a little bit light. The ball hits the 5. The head pin takes care of everything else. And watch this. Oh, yeah. That's right. Parker's got to answer him.
That's better. Yeah, baby.
That's better.
Parker's dad right there, sitting next to Parker's fiance, Leslie.
Got to be real proud of his son right now and everything he's done in the last decade.
Tell you what, if Leslie and Parker have a son, do we have a fourth?
I would imagine so.
We're going to run out of Roman numerals in this family.
Got a hook.
What took out the 7-pin? Something just barely nicked it. The dramatic strikes in crucial situations are the ones that really get fans going. And we're going to see one right here, folks. It says, no, I'm not going to hit it. And then it says, oh, wait, I'm going to do it one more time. It just nicked it at the last second. And now Chris on a 4-bagger. That one's a little left. We heard him say push. As soon as he let go of the ball, he knew it was left. Anytime a player hits the head pin like that, he's always happy if there's no split up there.
Check the release.
Let's see if we can catch something that Chris, he very rarely does something wrong, but 3-6-10, not an easy spare. He knew it.
Come on, back on it now. Let's go. Come on, Chris, start back up.
Snatching stuff takes. Oh, what is going on in here?
It's okay, relax. Watch this. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Dave.
Wow.
Is that your agent?
It's the jingle. Try it.
No.
Like a good neighbor. Just say it.
State Farm is there.
With a sandwich.
Oh, yeah. And the girl from 4E?
And can I get a hot tub? Nice.
Find out what else State Farm agents can do for you at yagent.com.
Tomorrow, 4 soccer giants take the field. At 9:30 a.m., European rivals clash. Germany.
Oh, yes! A magnificent strike!
England.
England have the breakthrough!
Then at 2, the spotlight shifts to Latin America as Argentina and the magical Messi take on Mexico. The FIFA World Cup round of 16 continues tomorrow. Germany, England at 9:30 a.m. on ESPN. Argentina, Mexico at 2 on ABC. Entertainment Weekly and fans across America agree. The A-Team is entertainment on hyperdrive. Time magazine proclaims it's poetry in motion.
I'm gonna pop a window.
The A-Team, rated PG-13.
Sir, finding everything okay?
I work for a different insurance company. My auto policy is just getting a little too expensive.
With Progressive, you get the name your price option, so we build a policy to fit your budget.
Wow, the price gun. Wish we had this. We just tell people what to pay.
Yeah, we're the only ones that do.
I love your insurance. Bill. Tom?
Hey, it's an office party.
The freedom to name your price, only from Progressive. Call or click today.
Now, discover why Newsweek calls Night and Day easily one of the best films of the summer.
I'm already convinced.
Tom Cruise is at his Jerry Maguire best.
It's wild.
Night and Day, rated PG-13, now playing.
Boy, sitting on the bench, Parker Bohn's looking at that, licking his chops. A strike there, he would have taken a 30-pin lead, and now he's sitting on the bench with a 6-pin lead.
That's the way to answer it. That's the way she bowled back in '99. She won the punch doubles in Las Vegas with her partner, Kim Terrell.
We'll see if Parker can jump on this right now. The 7-pin out.
Hey, if you're looking for a great place for your league party or just a few games of open play, make sure you head out to an official PBA practice center. And for a complete listing of PBA practice centers, check out the PBA's website, pba.com.
Well, Parker Bohn, as we said earlier, was sitting on the bench watching Chris throw 4 in a row. An open frame by Chris, and now Parker jumps all over it and jumps to a 17-pin lead, can increase it to 27 with a strike here. That's trouble.
All right, get your telestrator ready.
Well, he's trying to get this out to about the second board. He missed about 2 boards right. The 2-7 split, not a difficult split. But nonetheless, he's got to get it right in between these 2 pins, hit this one, deflect off that, or he could get lucky and hit this on this side and throw it over into the pin. We'll see which way he does it.
That's trouble.
He knew it right away. And we're going back and forth, but he still maintains a 3-pin lead.
There is the proprietor of the bowling club, the Bowlers Club right here, Carol Judge. Bowlers Club began back in '62. The very first proprietor was Morris Kramer, instrumental in the formation of the PBA.
Come on, start up.
Oh.
I thought Linda was coming over the boards.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a little lazy 10 that time. But it makes for a good match because now it's a 3-pin game with 3 frames to go.
She was like a hockey player in the penalty box, wanted to hop over and help the team.
A little better.
You know, it's got to be tough for the wives. They really can't do anything, just sit there and root them on. Now Chris on what appears to be his favorite lane.
On the hill. Wow.
All right, come on.
Holy cow.
Right down.
With that type of reaction, I think he's saying that the lane is changing on me. I made a good shot there, but it didn't do what I thought it should. Just comes in a little bit light. He's a relatively easy 4-7. And he makes it.
Come on, big finish.
And now Parker with a 5-pin lead going into the 8th. He struck the last 3 times on this lane. And he gets it.
That's the way he bowled last night in the 8th game, the last game of qualifying, because he actually fell behind Couch a little bit.
Well, the last game last night against Jason Couch, I mean, he just shot 278 to Jason's 258, something like that. I mean, he was just striking every ball. But right now, Jim, 9th frame, if he strikes out, Chris Barnes can do is 231. But if he doesn't strike here, Chris Barnes can go up in the 9th and 10th, get them all, and shut him out. That's the Parker we know right there in the clutch, 9th frame. Knew he had to have it. Oh, yeah.
Leslie likes it. Dad says, way to go.
Now, Chris really is in a must-strike situation. This has been his tough lane, and that is disaster. Especially on a spare. He lost 10 pins in count. Unless he picks this up, Jim, this match is over in one shot. He knew it as soon as he let go. He's just trying to get it to the second board. Just missed too far to the right, and the big goose egg.
Stop.
Yes, sir.
And he makes it.
Still a chance.
He's got a chance. Best he can shoot 211 with a double in the 10th frame.
One at a time.
But if he doesn't strike on the first 2 balls, Parker will simply need to go up there and hit the head pin.
Come on, Chris.
3-6-10. And he knows right now the tournament's over. Just a tremendous effort today going through the first 3 matches, and just didn't muster up enough energy to get through this one.
0 for 12 in the finals last year, and it was something that was on his mind a little bit last night.
Well, you certainly have to speculate that you know, no wins last year. He just might not have been ready for this match.
But a terrific day and a terrific week nonetheless for Chris Barnes.
Yes, it was. You know, after a horrendous start this year, the first 3 weeks no cash, to come out here and make a show, he's back. And now Parker, it doesn't matter. He knows he's won this tournament. You know, as a player, you cherish victories where you go up there and strike to win. And when you need to just hit the head pin, you certainly relish the moment, but it's just not quite as exciting as if you would have needed a strike to win. He's going to try and make this for the fans back home. 8 out gives him a score of 210, and that is your winner, folks. Parker Bohn III.
He actually talked about the crowd here as being almost like bowling at home back in New Jersey. Talked about the friendships, helping the charities here. Parker Bohn wins the Empire State, named after Parker Bohn. There's the champion for Brian Voss and all our ESPN PBA bowling team. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.
This telecast of the 2010 FIFA World Cup is printed in high definition by Sony.
Stay in Port Elizabeth along the Indian Ocean. This FIFA World Cup begins the knockout phase. Diego Forlan's Uruguay side, so well coached, yet to surrender a goal. Champions of Group A against South Korea.